chilly and windy. Oh, good Lord. Well, howdy y'all. Welcome back to Forrest Speed Shop. So today I'm updating y'all on the current situation with the DT. And as you can see, it's in disrepair. So just to jump right into what happened, basically I take full blame for this, but I was riding it around one day and I totally forgot to check my oil tank. So I ran it without oil. And while that was kind of bad, it still ran just fine afterwards. And well, I say just fine. It still ran afterwards, but the crank bearings were kind of screwed. So I was like, okay, you know, I can replace those. So I took the jug off to just check everything on the piston, make sure, you know, what I could see was okay, but I wanted to check underneath the piston just to make sure. Well, it turns out that there was another issue, and it kind of makes sense given the fact that, you know, I had another one of these bikes and it ran so much better than this one, I could never figure out why. So the connecting rod in the engine is kind of screwed. The bushing between it and the crankshaft is really messed up. There's about 1/8 of an inch of play in it. And I can actually take it and, you know, pull it like this way and it moves the entire time. And makes sense given the fact that one of the other bikes I had, or the same bike I had of this, ran so much better than this one. That's probably because it's been a problem for a while. I just never caught it. But I did catch it now, and because of that, I will not be replacing the crank bearings in this thing. It's kind of sad. The crank bearings are like $25, $40. It'd be nice, because that comes with crank seals too. You just redo the bottom end. It'd be really nice. But this engine's toast. A whole new crankshaft, which is what I need, because I can't take this apart and put it back together. A whole new crankshaft is in the neighborhood of $300 to $400. And that's just too much money to spend on this bike at this point in time. So I was planning on maybe swapping it with like a YZ80, because, you know, that would just be ridiculously insane. And I've come across a couple, but a YZ80 is $300. Like, you know, just the engine. I found one, well, that was the cheapest I found, was $300 for the engine, the electronics, and all that. And that's still too much when I need to buy the exhaust and the radiator, and then I got to mount it up into this thing, and there's going to be more issues here and there, you know. So I was thinking about it, and that was just going to be too much money to spend on this. And I don't plan on keeping this thing forever. It's a fun bike, but I do want to sell it, and in the end, if I'm going to sell it, the YZ80 swap is I'm going to spend way more money than what I'm going to ever get out of this thing. So yeah, all that happened, and I was like, oh, you know, I'm going to just have to sell it as it is, you know. I didn't want to do that, but I was going to at some point. And then I was talking with my dad on the phone, and he brought up the 79 bike that is no longer in my possession, but it's owned by my best friend, and currently that thing does not run. And I think I have an idea as to why. I think it's the carburetor, and we've messed with it so many times. But I texted my best friend, told him I would buy it back from him, and he said sure. So it looks like we'll be engine swapping this with a 79 engine, and there'll be a little bit of wiring to get that figured out, but it should run way better, and it should run way faster. So we're gonna do that. And I'm probably gonna part out the 79, because I don't have two good working engines anymore, and I'm not gonna put that one back together. But yeah, so that currently is the state of the DT for a while, and I wish I had videos of it. I always tried to take videos, but I got so caught up with school that I just never did it. But the DT ran fantastic for like months. It didn't run like super fast like the other one, like the 79 did, but it ran great. And it was really reliable. Always started first or second kick, you know. It was a great bike. And it was always so much fun to ride around because it's so lightweight that you can just throw it side to side with no issue. I mean, I weigh more than the bike does. So it was a blast. Oh, and hold on a second here. Here's the old gas tank. It's got some water in it right now, but I really wish it didn't. But I sealed it. I'm probably gonna throw another seal coat in it after all this snow ends. But I'm planning on, when I get that new engine in, I'm planning on moving the seat back forward to the stock position and putting the stock tank back on, because my aftermarket tank, which is over here sitting in the corner, is kind of screwed up. The like little thing they have welded off, like the spigot, I guess you'd call it, that they have welded where you put the petcock on it, where you screw the petcock on. After I sealed that tank up with red coat tank sealer, and that stuff worked really well. Worked really good for the yellow tank, which if you remember from one of my previous videos, that tank was bad, but it sealed it up, which I thought was fantastic. The other tank, not so much. It sealed it up, and I was like, great. But the tank keeps breaking. That little spot right around there keeps leaking, not from like where the petcock goes, but from above it, at like where the spigot is welded onto the tank. So I do like the look of it with the big tank on it, because it's awesome, and it gets me good range. But I like the old look of it when it was a lot smaller. So we'll probably be doing that in the near future whenever I get that get the other bike. But for now, that's the state of the DT. It's really sad to me, and I know some people are probably like, bro, why are you letting it sit out in the rain like this? And that's just because it's not usable to me anymore. And there were only 2 crankshafts I could find on eBay, nowhere else. eBay. So it's not like it's going to be of crazy use to anyone else. So you might be looking at the things that are next to me, like the mini bike, and how it's not got a front tire on it and it's kind of like into the ground. You might be looking at the cover next to me, and well, the cover next to me is my 1983 Harley Davidson XLX 1000, and I've had a video I've been needing to make since like the end of summer. I've gone through and completely rebuilt the entire engine, so I just need to put that video together and post it. I'll probably post it after I post this video. I don't know if you guys can see it, but there's another bike right there. It's a Honda XR200R, back to the XR craze. But I'm making the XR200 street legal. It's super cool. I've got the whole front end on it already. Got a video of that. I got a video of the 125 swapped Z50 right here. Putting the 125 in it, running it, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the current state of the channel. Oh, speaking of that, when I go to get the other bike for this, I'm probably going to end up grabbing the go-kart, because I don't have it out here, which is good. But I have a thing for the go-kart. I won't tell you guys what that thing is just yet, but I have an entire video on it. And it's kind of really cheap to do in the way that I did it. I don't know if it'll work. We'll find out. Y'all will be there whenever I post that video and we find out whether or not it works. But I've got some things coming, and it should be a lot of fun. So I'll probably end up grabbing the go-kart when I grab the other DT, because they're in the same place. They're on a best friend's family's property. So take the DT from him and take the go-kart back with me, and terrorize the neighborhood with the Harley go-kart. But yeah, so that's the current state of the channel, and all the projects on the channel. Everything's in a state of disrepair except for the XR, because all the Hondas just run great. Actually, this thing runs great too, the little mini bike, but it doesn't have tires. The tubes are bad, the rims are bad. I've got rims, but I need new tires and new wheel bearings. It's a whole thing. You'll see it in the video whenever I talk about it. But the Harley is almost there. It does run. I have yet to drive it, but it's got a massive oil leak, as old Harleys are. But no, they're not supposed to have massive oil leaks. Jeez. No, Harleys aren't supposed to have massive oil leaks. But I know where it's coming from. I'm going to try to fix it. To fix it, I actually have to pull the engine out of the bike slightly, so it's coming from the valve covers. and that's right next to the backbone of the bike. So I'll be doing that at some point, and then hopefully I can post the video for the Harley, because it's just been taking forever to get everything in. But once I do that, you know, get this thing going and go for some cruises. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in to the channel update video. I will see you guys next time, when hopefully, well, no, the next couple videos coming out, it'll be cold. But hopefully the next time I see you guys in a newer video, it won't be with snow and ice in Texas. It'll be, you know, regular Texas weather. So again, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'm going to go back in the house where it's nice and warm.